TYRONE, the Horrible, by Mark Wilhelm. Poland was a little dinosaur. He lived with his mother and father in a great swamp forest. There was a lot of dinosaur children in Poland's neighborhood. They played together every day, and Poland was friendly with all of them. All of them except one. His name was TYRONE, or TYRONE the Horrible, as he was actually called. He was just a kid himself, but he was much bigger and stronger than most of the others. He was a real bully if you ever saw one. In fact, he was the world's first big bully. TYRONE especially liked to pick on Poland. He punched and teased him, and always stole his snack or sandwich. Poland tried to stay out of TYRONE's way, but it seemed that no matter where he went, TYRONE was waiting for him. Night after night, Poland had a hard time getting to sleep. He kept thinking of ways to avoid TYRONE. It seemed hopeless. Poland's playmates tried to help. "You have to get TYRONE to be your friend," Terry said to Poland one day. "Ha, that's easier said than done," said Poland. "How do you make friends with someone who has been hurting and teasing you all your life?" "You have to give him a present and show him you care," Terry said. Poland thought for a while. What kind of present could he give TYRONE? Then he remembered how TYRONE was always taking his snacks and sandwiches. "A present for TYRONE?" he said. "Well, at least it's worth a try." That afternoon, Poland went looking for TYRONE. "Here," he said in his friendliest voice. "It's such a hot day. I thought you might like a nice ice cream cone." TYRONE looked at Poland for a moment. Then he smiled a nasty smile. "Ice cream for me? How sweet!" TYRONE grabbed the cone. Then he turned it upside down and squashed it on Poland's head. "Ha ha ha!" TYRONE laughed and walked away. Poland could hear TYRONE's laughter for a long time, echoing through the forest. The next day, Poland told his friend Stella what had happened. "You are taking this too seriously," Stella said. "Don't pay any attention to that big bully when he tries to tease you. Just stay cool. That's the only thing he'll understand." "Staying cool when you're scared is not easy," Poland said. "But I will try." And so, the next time Poland met TYRONE, he stayed cool. "Hey, lizardhead!" roared TYRONE as Poland walked by. "How about my sandwich?" Poland did not pay any attention and didn't even try to run away. He kept on walking. "I guess I'll have to help myself again," TYRONE said. He stomped on Poland's tail until Poland let go of the sandwich. Poland tried not to show his tears, but it hurt a lot. When Poland's friends found out what TYRONE had done, they were furious. It's time to fight back, Stego said. Tyrone has given you enough trouble. You must stand up to him and show him you are a dinosaur too. You can win any fight against him. Tyrone just has a big mouth, that's all. Aloud was angry too. You're right, he said. Maybe I should fight him and stop this nonsense once and for all. Well, Stego said, let's do it right now. The four friends marched off to find Tyrone. Aloud stood up and faced Tyrone the Horrible. Listen, you brute, he said. I have had enough of your bullying. Come on and fight. Tyrone took one look at Aloud, then grinned and said, Okay, if that's what you want. It was a very short fight. Little Aloud had no chance against his big enemy. I'm sorry, Stego said. That was not a very good idea. You'd better give up. Some bullies you just can't beat. You have to learn to live with them, whether you like it or not. But Aloud did not like it. There just has to be a way to beat a bully, he thought. He was still thinking as the moon came out and the stars filled the sky. Suddenly, he smiled a big smile. That's it, he said to himself. Then he curled up and was soon fast asleep. The next morning, Aloud took his sandwich and went off into the swamp forest as usual. It wasn't long before he ran into Tyrone. Another snack for me, roared Tyrone. I hope it's something good. And with that, he swiped the sandwich out of Aloud's hand and swallowed it with one big gulp. Aloud walked on as fast as he could. Suddenly he heard a terrible scream. Ah! It was Tyrone. Huge flames were coming out of his mouth. Help! I'm burning! He cried. I'm dying! I'm poisoned! Help! Help! Nonsense! Aloud said with a laugh. It was only a sandwich. I didn't know you were so sensitive. I happen to like double thick red hot pepper sandwiches. Too bad you don't. He turned around and went off, leaving the moaning and groaning Tyrone behind. From then on, Tyrone stayed as far away from Aloud as he could. Aloud played happily with his friends in the swamp forest all day, and he never had trouble falling asleep at night. When much later some scientist found Tyrone the Horrible, he looked a little different, but he still had that nasty smile on his face. The end.